I'm going to call to the podium Jonathan Smaby, who is the Executive Director of the Texas Center for Legal Ethics. And together with Chief Justice Hecht, they will present the Jack Pope Professionalism Award.
Very good, thank you. It's great to be here. Thanks to the Society for letting us do this once again. And it's great to see live faces. This is my first event, actually, since COVID started, so I'm glad to see that you're not all little boxes on my screen that I have to wear my reading glasses to see. So Jack Pope, Chief Justice Jack Pope, was one of the founders of the Texas Center for Legal Ethics, and he created our organization to carry out our mission, which is to devotion to ethics and professionalism. Of course, Chief Justice Pope was very active in that area and set a great example. So 13 years ago, we created this award, the Chief Justice Jack Pope Professionalism Award, to honor that legacy. And it honors an appellate judge or appellate lawyer who, like Chief Justice Pope, represents the highest standards of professionalism, integrity in our profession. And I was thinking about this award tonight, and I was thinking about all the people who've won it before, and it's quite a distinguished group. In fact, I counted, I think, 4 or 5 of you who are here tonight, and I'm going to go off script. And can I ask you to stand if you've won the Chief Justice Jack Pope Professionalism Award, and I will call you out if you don't stand. So. I know. So one of the great parts of my job is, as executive director of the center, I get to I sit on the selection committee for the Pope Award, and so I get to read all of the nominations that are sent, and I get to see them first before the rest of the committee does. And it's a great joy, because I've been thinking about this during these times where we see so much incivility out in society and so much arguing and things that are very unpleasant. And the nomination letters are great because they're written by people who know the people that they are nominating. And what I find extraordinary is they not only mention the achievements that these people have accomplished, you know, their resumes, which are substantial, by the way, for everyone who's ever won this award. But it also talks about their personal demeanor. It talks about how they conduct themselves personally and how they interact with other lawyers and clients and for judges, people who are in their court. And the words decency and honesty and kindness come up. And so you get this kind of human look at the folks who are nominated. And some of them are great. They don't win the award. We get lots of nominations. And so I want you to think about tonight as you hear about tonight's honoree, who definitely fits that bill. And I'm hoping that as you hear the award presented and you hear about this person and you hear from this person, that you will be inspired as well. So by tradition, the current Chief Justice always makes the presentation of the award. So I'm going to call on Chief Justice Hecht to make the announcement.
Thank you, Jonathan. When Judge Higginbotham swore me in as a district judge 40 years ago, he told me, in most cases, someone wins, someone loses. So you start out with a 50-50 popularity rating, and it goes downhill from there. That has not been true of our honoree tonight, Ann Crawford McClure. The longer she has served the bench, nearly 25 years on the El Paso Court of Appeals, the last 9 as Chief Justice, the more highly regarded she has become. And she started out pretty high. For years, she was named among the best family lawyers in America. She chaired the appellate section, the family law section, the appellate division of the judicial section of the State Bar of Texas. She was president of the El Paso Bar Association, the Trans-Pecos Bar Association, and wherever she served, she championed civility and ethical excellence in the bar. As a justice, she helped draft the first standards for appellate advocacy. she was continually recognized as a Jurist of the Year by one group and another, and received numerous awards, which I can't list them all tonight. In 2011, Governor Perry appointed her the 14th Chief Justice of the El Paso Court of Appeals and the first woman in the court's 100-year history. Altogether, she authored, remarkably, for the court more than 3,150 opinions. 3,150, known for their thoroughness, analysis, and good sense. The work of an appellate judge is a climb. The work of a Chief Justice is steeper. Doing both with multiple sclerosis, about which Ann has always been very open, is scaling a mountain. Beating the disease back time and again is topping Mount Everest. And doing it all with grace, courage, leadership, and dedication to the cause of justice as well. I've run out of superlatives. Stellar, maybe. And Ann is a star. In 2019, she finally chose to step aside from the court to spend more time with her husband, David, her children, Kinsey and Scott, and her grandchildren, Luke and Audrey. The court staff was as dedicated to their chief as she was to them, and stayed with her to the end. Respected and regarded are high praise for judges. They certainly fit Ann, but more, she is beloved. The Chief Justice Jack Pope Professionalism Award is presented each year by the Texas Center for Legal Ethics to the Texas appellate lawyer or judge who epitomizes the highest level of professionalism and integrity. And Crawford McClure does.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am deeply humbled and honored to receive this year's Chief Justice Jack Pope Professionalism Award. And it means a great deal because professionalism was the theme I chose when I served as president of the El Paso Bar Association. As an appellate justice, I have seen the best and the worst of attorney behavior. And that's the reason why the 8th Court of Appeals became the first appellate court in the country to adopt standards of appellate conduct. Tonight is the highlight of my career, a toast, if you will, to my 42 years as an attorney. And I wish I could be there in person to thank you for the memories. But my health condition will not permit that, I'm sorry to say. Many of you know that I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis 25 years ago. MS is an autoimmune disease without a cure, although there are a variety of treatments that can reduce the severity of a relapse or manage the myriad of symptoms that come along with it. 2 years ago, age and disease progression caused me to retire a little earlier than I planned. And then came the pandemic. That was enough to scare this West Texas woman right out of her Lucchese boots. I still take a potent immunosuppressant drug, and it works fairly well, although not as well as it used to for me, but it completely negates the COVID vaccine. Despite 2 initial doses and a subsequent booster, the COVID antibody spike protein tests that I have received have resulted in negative findings, meaning that I have no COVID antibodies. For that reason, I am at high risk of serious disease and death, and my neurologist will not allow me to travel. Thankfully, my husband and I are both retired now, happily isolating at home together. As we like to say, every day is Saturday. But tonight, I regret the necessity of isolation. Please do not take my absence as having any bearing on the significance of this award to me. It means the world. I wish you a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, May God bless us, each and every one. Thank you and good night.